Hey guys, welcome back to another unboxing and review video. Today we're going to take a look at Fitbit's newest fitness tracking smartwatch, the Fitbit Sense. Let's find out if it's just another fitness tracker or if it brings something new to the smartwatch and fitness band industry. The Sense has started to ship on September 25th and we got our hands on it and have tested it for the last 2 weeks to find out if it's the next fitness tracker that you might consider getting for yourself. The Sense is Fitbit's most expensive unit so far and costs around 329 euros in Europe and 300 bucks in the USA. It looks identical to the Versa 3 and costs 100 bucks more since it comes with more health features like ECG, stress management and temperature data. It's still cheaper than the Galaxy Watch 3 and the Apple Watch Series 6. But before we go into more detail, let's unwrap it and get a closer look. So design-wise, nothing much changed from the Versa 3. Its casing is sleek with round edges. It's nothing spectacular and nothing that gets you excited, but it's clean and it's as unisex as it can be. It's also very comfortable to wear, even during sleep or while exercising. The screen is generously sized with 1.58 inches and it's an AMOLED screen with a resolution of 336 by 336. So everything looks crisp even outdoors, so there's nothing to complain here. The casing is just 40.5 mm, making it rather small. But it will fit perfectly even on smaller wrists. The straps can be quickly exchanged and without any special toolings. The straps it comes attached with is perfect for smaller hands and it comes with an extended one for bigger hands. The Sense only has one hardware button that reacts to pressure on the left bezel, which acts as the home button. The position isn't the best because it's quite far down and sometimes very hard to reach when you're wearing it on the left hand. The rest of the OS is navigated through by swiping. To be honest, I would expect something more from a touchscreen device in 2020 that costs around 300 bucks. But overall, the performance of the touchscreen isn't very satisfying. Sometimes swipe gestures are unregistered, sometimes you don't get immediate feedback, for example when you swipe down to get more stats. As you can see, it's not a smooth swipe animation, but shortly freezes and then the widgets appear suddenly without leaving you any feedback if the swipe gesture worked or not. I haven't used the widgets a lot, since you can see all of the data in a more cleaner way in the app. And if you want to track your water consumption, for example, you always have to wait for the watch to connect to your phone for about 3 to 4 seconds before you can do anything. That's why I stopped using the watch for it and used the app instead. Sadly, the wrist raise feature, which activates the watch when you look at it, isn't very responsive either. Especially if you have the always on display activated and the wrist raise is not recognized, you're left with this unresponsive screen that doesn't even react to touch input. And all in all, the performance is kinda sluggish. We'll take a look what the Sense has to offer as a smartwatch later on, but before that, let's take a look at its health features. And spoiler alert, it's a tracking monster. Starting off with ECG. The Sense constantly tracks your heart rate and gives you nice pretty graphs on your resting heart rate and the different zones while doing sports. For example, if you're tracking an exercise, you'll be able to get a detailed look at the different zones like peak, fat burn and cardio and how long you've stayed in those zones. It's also nice to see how your heart rate changes during the day. Especially if you have a stressful job, you will see extreme changes in comparison to weekends and sleep phases. The Sense will also alert you if your heart rate is too high or too low in comparison to your baseline, which could be a sign for arrhythmia. But gladly, I didn't get the alert yet. The heart rate tracking is also used for the headline feature of the Fitbit Sense, stress management. Like I said before, in a stressful job you will see peaks in your heart rate and the Sense will take that data and combine it with readings from the electrodermal activity sensor, or short EDA, and calculate a daily score based on that. Overall, I found this score to be quite interesting due to my job as a software developer, which can be quite stressful with closing in deadlines. The score not always represented my actual condition, and for that you can give feedback on how you are feeling in the app. The score is built from 3 aspects: your heart responsiveness, your exertion balance, and your sleep patterns. You get a breakdown of those 3 aspects in the app with a premium subscription, which is $9.99 per month. I don't think that the score actually represents your mental health, but it could indicate that you either don't get enough sleep, you train too much, or just went to too many parties. In order to get a score, you will have to wear the watch most of the day and while sleeping. If you don't wear it enough, or your heart rate can't be picked up regularly, you won't get a score at all. The second part of the stress management is the EDA mindfulness section in the app. This section offers various shorter and longer mindfulness sessions with breathing and meditation techniques. Overall, I like the active approach compared to the usual passive tracking on other wearables. It's nice that stress has been added, and those who already enjoyed mindfulness will definitely like the EDA scan. A big part of the data that the Sense collects about you is visible in the health metrics in the app, from breathing rate, heart rate variability, oxygen saturation to resting heart rate. Everything is listed in the dashboards, and some of them are only visible for premium members. What's kind of weird is that you need a special watch face to track the oxygen saturation while sleeping, especially since I like the stock watch face better. To be honest, I felt quite overwhelmed and can't see the usefulness behind all of the data since I don't know what it means for me. But for those who have a deeper knowledge of the values, might enjoy having them. A feature that I really enjoyed having is the sleep tracking. It's still one of Fitbit's strong points, even though nothing much has changed since the older models. You get a breakdown of the 3 different sleep phases, light, deep and REM, and how long you have been in those phases. With a premium subscription, you get even more data, like estimated oxygen variation, sleeping heart rate and many more. All of that gets mixed up into a single score. And Fitbit seems to be really harsh on you since it's not that easy to get a good sleeping score, especially if you don't get enough sleep. It's extremely sensitive, and nights after partying and alcohol result in a really poor sleeping score, which is reassuring that the score seems to work. However, it's rather easy to get a good score when focusing on the important parts, like going to sleep early, sleep enough, exercising and not doing parties. In order to track your sleep, you just have to enter the sleep mode on the Sense. It's also important that you deactivate the sleep mode after waking up, because sometimes the app doesn't realize that you are already awake and your morning routine like taking a shower and brushing your teeth could worsen your score. But that seems to be a bug and they should really work it out. If that is still not enough data for you, keep in mind that the Sense also tracks your steps, calories, climbed floors and many more. All of that is represented by so-called active minutes that reward you with badges, for example when you reach your first day with 10,000 steps. I really like the idea behind it, but it's kind of complicated at first, but once you get used to it, it's a really nice feature that gets you motivated. Other than that, the Sense's fitness and activity tracking is extremely good. It has an accurate GPS on board and you can track your exercises like running, biking, hiking, golf, swimming, workout and many more. Yes, swimming is possible as well since the Sense is waterproof, but the touchscreen won't work once it's wet, but it's capacitive so there's nothing you can do about it. New with the Sense is Pure Pulse 2.0, which improves the heart rate accuracy with machine learning according to Fitbit. We haven't compared it to a dedicated heart rate strap, but according to other resources, the Pure Pulse performs really well on low to medium heart rate loads, but is less accurate on higher intensities. Let's get more into the smartwatch features of the Fitbit Sense. We mentioned before that the performance isn't that great, but to be honest, the smartwatch aspects of the Sense are generally a little bit underwhelming. Notifications work well though, and you can select in the app which notifications will be sent to the watch. The Bluetooth connection is very stable and I haven't had any issues so far. With some chat apps it's kinda cumbersome because notifications from group chats will only show the group name but not the name of the person who wrote it, but that seems to be a general issue with other watches as well. Other than that, you can't complain on that part and you can even answer messages directly either by dictating, preset messages or emojis. The smartphone app is great and works really well when it comes to insights of the data that the Sense collects about you. When you take a look at the App Store of the Sense, it doesn't feel as satisfying as other rivals. The selection is kinda poor and to be honest I haven't downloaded a single app since they didn't seem to provide much value. The pre-installed apps do work well nonetheless. The Sense offers previous mentioned health and fitness tracking features as well as alarms, timers, calendar, Find My Phone and a wallet. With the wallet you can pay directly with the watch on NFC terminals, similar to the Apple Watch, as long as Fitbit Pay is supported in your country. The Sense also offers an Alexa app which you can use to control parts of your smart home directly with your watch. To be honest, I don't see the use behind it because you can't ask it what your current heart rate is or how many steps you've taken. And for everything else you usually have an Alexa at home anyways. If you don't have an Alexa, well then great, now you have one on your watch. What left me disunion is music and multimedia support. You can connect earbuds and headphones directly to the watch, but consuming music is only partially supported. What I mean with partial is that you need a Deezer premium account to sync the music to your watch and listen to it on the run without your phone. If you have Spotify Premium, you can use the Spotify Connect app to control your phone, but not listen to your music offline, which is kinda sad because not everyone has a Deezer premium account. YouTube, Google and Amazon Music aren't even supported in the slightest. And I really would have liked that you can leave your phone at home and just take the watch with you while exercising, but that will not be possible for everyone if music is extremely important for you while doing sports. The biggest win of the Sense compared to other smartwatches is its battery life. I easily got 6 days out of one charge with a normal usage and the always on display deactivated. The always on display feature does drain your battery a little bit faster, but I still got way over 3 days with it. Another big win is the fast charge. It only takes around 1 hour to completely charge the Sense. And on a funny side note, you even get email notifications when the Sense is under 25% battery. You begin to realize how important those two aspects are if you think about the way you'll be using the Sense. Most of the features why you would want the Sense come from health and fitness tracking, and for that you will have to wear the Sense as much as possible, especially while sleeping. I usually recharge the Sense after waking up and deactivating my sleep mode during my morning routine. That was easily enough time to recharge it for another 2 to 3 days of usage. That means you can almost wear the Sense 24/7, making it the perfect health companion with somewhat okay smartwatch features. So for a quick sum up, the Sense is a nice health and activity tracker that seamlessly works as a watch. It's comfortable to wear for any occasion, and its sleek design and nice display make it the perfect companion for your daily life that you don't have to charge every single day. If you're looking for a smartwatch worth of 2020, you will have to make some compromises though. Especially the missing offline support for music is a big negative point for me, but the buyout from Google is right around the corner and could bring some game changers to the software anyways. Other than that, if you're looking for a great health tracker that keeps you up with your exercise, stress and mindfulness, has some smartwatch features and a great battery life, the Sense should be exactly what you're looking for. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If yes, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button to stay updated. Check out our website and our social media, the links will be in the video description. And I hope to see you guys next time.